Hello, I'm Mayor Shawn Reilly. Dear residents, City Council, and City staff, when I work on the state of the city, I reflect on the last year and think about what we have accomplished and what we have faced. Describing the challenges thrown at us during 2020, both as individuals and collectively as a city, is not easy, but it is our shared experience. In the face of great difficulties, I witnessed our employees and our community come together to bravely face challenges and to continue to make our Waukesha, the place we call home, better for all. I am proud of our employees. I am proud of how they rose to the challenges of 2020. Many of our employees did not have the option of staying home to avoid the virus. Our frontline workers included our police officers, firefighters, public works employees, every employee in the clerk's office, and countless others. I thank every city employee who rose to the occasion, did their jobs professionally, and served the residents of Waukesha. So on to our achievements of 2020. I hope you will enjoy looking back with me on some of the positive stories and accomplishments from 2020. We should all feel a sense of pride and achievement over what we have accomplished despite extremely difficult circumstances. Here are what I consider to be our top achievements during 2020. Number one, the impact of COVID-19 was felt throughout our city. The preservation of the city's local economy was one of the city's priorities during the pandemic. The Waukesha Works Economic Recovery Grant Program was approved by the Common Council to assist small businesses in the city who were impacted by the pandemic. Through the Waukesha Works Economic Recovery Grant Program, 110 small businesses received a total of $446,000 in grants to help pay for rent, mortgage, and utility bills. These grant funds benefited the businesses who received them, but also provided community-wide benefits, including helping small businesses continue to provide employment opportunities and services to the community, limiting vacant office and storefront space in the city, and helping to maintain commercial vibrancy for the city of Waukesha. Next, our fire department secured and implemented a COVID-19 testing site for fire and police department employees. Our fire department, in cooperation with other county fire departments, also set up clinics to vaccinate members of the community. In total, 1,524 vaccine doses were administered. By utilizing the vacant City Hall annex for a vaccination clinic, the fire department was able to play an early role putting shots into arms. I am also proud of the fact that our fire department assisted and continues to assist Waukesha County Public Health with their vaccine clinic. Because of COVID-19, many of the city's traditional community events were canceled, so as to ensure the health and safety of participants, staff, and the public. However, the Parks, Recreation, and Forestry Department and other city departments, notably the Library and Community Development Department, were able to develop reimagined community-wide events and activities that enabled the city to come together in new and creative ways. Examples of these events include the Reverse 4th of July Parade, the first ever drive-in movie night, the Gnome Nose Around Hunt in the city parks, the Pumpkin Walk, the Lantern Walk, Operation Honor Care Package Drive, and many more. Due to COVID-19, each of our departments and all of our personnel had to frequently adapt to changing environments and operations. Under the direction of the city administrator and finance department, the city carefully tracked and recorded expenditures and time related to the pandemic. With this information, the city was able to apply for and secure an estimated $1.5 million from grants and federal programs. As we know, the pandemic triggered many unexpected expenses and revenue losses for the city. By being able to track and submit these expenses, we were able to cover our losses and remain on a stable financial footing for the future. As we all know, Waukesha's current groundwater supply is depleted and contaminated with radium, making it unreliable for the long term. The solution to this colossal problem is near. The Great Water Alliance project will provide a sustainable source of safe drinking water from Lake Michigan while returning the water back to the watershed through a series of pipelines. On November 30th, 2020, ground was officially and finally broken to start the construction on the new water pipeline to bring Lake Michigan water to Waukesha. The groundbreaking was a socially distanced affair held on a cold day at the site where a new pumping station will be built in Milwaukee. From that station, a 13-mile water supply pipeline will be constructed through West Dallas, Greenfield, and New Berlin into Waukesha. A 23-mile return flow line will begin at the clean water plant in Waukesha and go through New Berlin and Muskego before ending at a new outfall facility in Franklin. Construction will thankfully be completed in 2023. We completed and opened our new City Hall building. Our old City Hall was built in 1965 and posed significant safety, maintenance, and operational concerns. On April 4th, 2019, the Common Council approved the construction of a new City Hall. On February 4th, 2021, we officially celebrated the opening of the new City Hall by cutting the ribbon and resuming in-person meetings in the new Common Council chambers. The new City Hall provides many benefits for our community and employees, including improved customer service with visitors greeted at a centralized help desk, increased safety and security features for visitors and employees, enhanced public meeting spaces and Common Council chambers, and improved functionality for employee collaboration. Construction and deconstruction are ongoing. The old City Hall building is being demolished, and that area will be sold for future redevelopment. Out front, the visitor parking lot will be completed and be operational this summer. Another 2020 milestone was the rehabilitation of Barstow Street and Riverfront Street. Since 2014, the city has devoted substantial money to improving downtown Waukesha as part of the city's community investment program. It has been a long time since construction first commenced, and we may forget that the aim was to replace failing infrastructure. The program included installing new water main, lining sanitary sewer main and laterals, storm sewer rehabilitation, roadway reconstruction, traffic signal replacement and rehabilitation, bridge rehabilitation, pedestrian ramp reconstruction, sidewalk replacement, and in the installation of a wider stone paver terrace. It has been a long, difficult road for many. The end is in sight, however, and the result is something we can all take pride in. We cannot forget improvements to our parks during 2020. New playgrounds were installed at Grandview Park and Meadowview Park with the help of community volunteers in the fall of 2020. The new playground designs were finalized after a series of public information meetings. Volunteers worked on each of the park projects over a period of days to help install the playground systems. This community build program has been in place since 2007. Not only does it save on city costs, it helps build pride and ownership in the city's parks. Both playgrounds feature fun new equipment options and ADA-compliant poured-in-place resilient rubber surfacing. There are other noteworthy achievements. The city administered 3 elections during the pandemic, including a presidential election. We hired a new police chief, finance director, city assessor, and cemetery director. We received nearly an 80% response to the 2020 census, which is the highest in the county, and the county is almost the highest in the nation. We completed the Frame Park baseball field renovations, as well as improvements to Mindiola. We broke ground on the Buckner Pool and Community Building Project. We implemented the One Card program, resulting in $117,000 of new revenue for the city. We started construction on the Sewer Lift Station Consolidation Project. We held a diversity, equity, and inclusion training program for all employees. All of our departments provide excellent service. I think it is very important to highlight some of those services. Our police department responded to 26,508 calls for service. Our fire department responded to 8,043 calls for service. Our public works department completed 20 salting or plowing operations, cleaned and maintained 226 miles of sanitary sewer pipe, and collected 4,868 tons of leaves. Our community development department issued 643 building permits and completed 1,805 property maintenance inspections. Our Parks, Recreation, and Forestry Department offered 1,253 programs and classes, serving 17,421 people. Our Waukesha Public Library offered 382 programs and classes, serving 8,709 people. In 2020, the City of Waukesha received a number of awards. As we continue into 2021, this year will undoubtedly bring more challenges. However, I know that it will also bring continued opportunities. I look forward to working with the Common Council, our outstanding employees, and all of our citizens as we continue to lead our city forward and celebrate 125 years as the City of Waukesha.